Hi, this is Dan for Tech Digest and Shiny Shiny, and I'm here today looking at the Nikon COOLPIX L100 super wide, super zoom compact camera. Now, it gives you an effective 28mm to 420mm of whole lens power, so that is nice and wide to pretty damn far. What they rate that as is a 15 times zoom. And in terms of how close you can get, normally it's around just short 2 feet to an infinity focus. But if you're using the macro, you should be able to get within 1 centimeter. Sadly, when I've used it, I haven't been able to get that close. The autofocus has kept missing, which is a bit of a shame, because you can see that it's just about trying to catch that, but the autofocus somehow isn't giving you that 1 centimeter macro that the camera is really capable of, which is a bit annoying. Otherwise, the whole thing is AA battery powered, which is kind of interesting. I haven't used a compact camera like that for a while. As you notice here, you've got your SD card or SDH card to put memory on. It does also have some internal storage as well. It's got 44 megabytes, which isn't too bad. It's a bit of an emergency backup. Gives you around 15, 16 or so shots, depending upon what kind of resolution, that's the word I'm looking for, what kind of resolution pictures you want in the first place. It's got a nice, very bright, very clear 3-inch screen on the back, nice and colourful, very, very simple navigation in terms of, you know, the flash, the macro, the exposure and the self-timer, pretty standard stuff. You can put it in ultra simple mode, easy, so easy auto, where it'll pick the scenes for you, intelligent auto they call that in others. Or you've got your scene mode where you've got 14 scenes there. You've got sport where it takes up to 13 frames a second, which is quite useful. It doesn't do it with the sound of a shutter, which is a bit disorientating to begin with, but it is working. It won't take 13 frames a second at really, really high quality, but medium to low quality, you're getting good results there. Works reasonably well at high sensitivity. You know, it doesn't come out with the best results, does get a little bit grainy when it's getting dark, but much better than most compacts. It does mean that you don't have to use the flash here as much as maybe you might have to on others. I do quite like this self-control flash. It means you're definitely sure it's not going to go off when you don't want it to, which I really quite like. You've also got movie capture mode as well. It's not bad either, and of course you've got an auto mode here where you get the full choice of your scenes. It's as manual as this camera gets, and but you can actually change quite a lot. Obviously there's all the different amounts of resolution you've got there. You can auto white balance, which I really, really like, plus all the presets here as well. You've got, like I say, you've got the continuous shooting. There's also a best shot mode in that where it picks the best one for you, which is quite good. You've got your colour options, so you can make things look better than usual, black and white, personal favourite, sepia, all the standards as well. And it's got a distortion control as well, which is kind of interesting because it makes your wide angle shots not look quite as bent as they might. Now, I quite like it when they're all bent and wide like that, but if you want a really clear, flat looking shot, it will give you that, which is quite useful. You've got all sorts of settings here as well, everything you like. You can use alkali batteries if you want, but generally there's quite a lot of options for a point and press, and there's not too much of a delay in between the shutter, between the press and the actual shutter going off. It does feel like a basic camera, and it's not as luxury as I first thought it was going to be, but for £200 I think you're looking at a pretty good deal.